You see something?
The first place we parked at was in this cemetery. And across from the cemetery was the place where the old castle was. And you can see that the chassis or the structure of the castle was still there. It's just there was no roof anymore.
This way is very risky for staying alone. So I'm not going to risk you guys because I'm afraid of the monkeys jumping from the tree.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Here, this place has a lot of monkey because formerly this place was known as Tanjung Kera.
Okay.
Before they're changing to Jugra.
Oh. You could see how the castle was even built with like gaps and holes and whatnot. And you kind of saw the old architecture there. But what was interesting about that place was there was absolutely no EMF readings that were coming from the castle. But there was an EMF reading from the jungle next to it. And we started hearing some things. And this was not a monkey or a wild boar or whatever. This was screaming. Literally war cries. That's what it sounded like, you know? Think Xena the warrior princess for you. And that war cry, that's what it sounded like. The little shed or the little gazebo that they picked out was the one that was right on top. And it's very funny, this gazebo, because it seemed like the loneliest one amongst the 4 that was there in that park. The other 3 seemed a lot more calmer, you know? There was no trees on top of it, there was nothing. No vegetation, it was just a roof, a nice gazebo, all cement. But the one that they picked had a lot of trees and branches and leaves on the roof of it. You couldn't even see the roof. Now when they set up, I was really scared from Gabay and I did not want to do this alone again. So I told Ramat that, you know, maybe it's best if you're up here with me.
In this place, during evening, when people came here and for exercise and jogging, they saw us. There's a few ladies wearing a white dress. Wearing a white dress, pass by through this area. Yeah, there's a quite weird sound behind me now.
Can you turn off the candle yang dekat belah kiri tu?
This one? You feel very cool up there. There must be something when the entity paranormal is around you. You will feel cold or too hot sometimes. So, I think that's the beginning.
Even Uncle says he feels cold. In fact, when we check his the tap on his leg, one side is colder than the other.
We are just purely here for research purposes. If you understand what we're saying, can you show us on this EMF reader? To show us on the EMF reader, you just have to get closer to the reader, okay?
Steve, I heard that you made some communication with the paranormal entity, right? Okay, for your information, what we trace from the mic here that when you talk with them, suddenly your mic becomes so it's replying from the paranormal entity because they are coming by frequency. So keep going.
Yeah.
And you can see just now my hand EMF toolbar.
Yeah.
This is some around here. Just let we know
That she's here.
that she's here, but she's not disturbing us.
Okay.
The strongest readings are coming from our feet
Okay.
and left. When it comes to me, it drops.
I had my EMF monitor, and at one point, Uncle's right hand started to get numb. Very cold, very quickly. Infrared thermometer confirmed it. His right arm was below 30 degrees. His left arm was at 33. So how can one body have 2 different temperatures? I mean, scientifically, it didn't really make sense unless, of course, you put one hand in an oven and the other hand in a freezer. Maybe then it's possible. But if you're out in the open, I don't think that's possible, right? I think that's when I kind of freaked out a bit more as well. Picked up the EMF reader and it was 5 bar all around Uncle. Not around me, but just around him. And I kept saying, we don't mean any harm. We're here for research. But it didn't change anything. It just seemed like Uncle was getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And at one point, he got so weak to the point where he started to shiver. And it was bad. It was really, really bad. You know, he was shaking.
Guys, Uncle is shaking, yeah? Uncle is shaking. Oh my gosh. EMF is going crazy. It's like up and down 5 bars.
I'm coming.
Panas gila.
Check it out. Oh yo, very strong EMF, huh?
Oh, it's dying. There. Almost gone.
Now the thing is, when I was with him, it seemed like we were communicating with something because the EMF reader kept going up and down. And that's when it happened. We heard the motion sensor go off again.
Oh,
Hello, welcome.
welcome. Guys, we are getting full bar and one of the motion sensors has just triggered.
And this time it was a different motion sensor, so even the sound was creeping me out. It was, ding, welcome! And automatically in my head, all I could think about was, oh no, we do not welcome you to enter this bundo. You can play with the sensors for all we care, but do not come in here, you know? And there was no one there. There was no wind, no animals. It was 3:30 in the morning, and that sensor just kept going off and off